Hi everybody. I'm going to show you how to make a chart in Google. So here's my pretend tides data, and the problem that Google Sheets has is that when you have the the date and the time in two separate columns like this, the computer gets confused and it can't figure out how to mesh these two things together. When you're working in Excel, that's not a problem, but in Google Sheets, it's not able to put these two pieces of information together on the same axis. So first we have to do that. So I'm going to go to my add-ons because that's the easiest way I've found to do with it. Okay. The add-on you need is the Merge Values add-on. If you don't already have it, stay in the add-ons menu and go to Get Add-ons. You will pull up a screen like this. Go to Search Add-ons, type in Merge Values, click Enter, and you'll come up with a couple of selections. The one you're looking for is the green Merge Values add-on. I already have it, so mine says Manage on the side. If you don't already have it, like say this one right here that's copied down, it'll have a blue plus sign that says Free next to it. Click on that blue plus sign and it'll pull up a request to sign in. It wants to know what account you want to add the add-on to. So click the account you want. I want my KDISD account. Then it'll give you a list of the items that it wants to be able to look at. If you're okay with that, then hit the allow button and it'll load the add-on. Now this is a random add-on that I don't want, so I'm just going to click the X to get out of here. Once you've loaded the add-on, then go to add-ons menu again, and you should have it in the menu now. So Merge Values add-on, go to Start. Then once it starts, it will pull up a window that looks like this. You want to have choose how to merge the selected values set to in each selected row, because we want to merge the values in each row, not like all the columns together. I have mine separated by spaces. I found that to work just fine. It really doesn't matter which column you put it in. I just left it as default for left cell. Okay, then click the Insert New Column with results to the left, because we want to make sure to keep our original data and then add this extra column, because the extra column comes out kind of funky and it's really not usable for looking at the data. It's only for setting up the chart or graph. Okay, and then skip empty cells, just in case you have any empty cells. It won't try to merge them and it won't mess up the different data. Okay, once you have that, then click on the first column that you want up here at the letter. And actually, before you do that, so there's two options to do this. Now, for some reason, I found that one of the options that people would normally use doesn't work. So normally I would click here and then I would hold the Control key on my keyboard and I would click the other column that I want to highlight both. For some reason, when I do that and I hit merge, it doesn't work. It will only have one set of data instead of two. I'm not sure why that is, but that's what I found when I tried this. So instead, to unhighlight those columns, just click off to the side, click and hold the letter at the top of the first column and drag over to the second one. I found that when I do this works for some reason when the other way doesn't. Not sure why, but it works. Okay, once you have your columns highlighted, you have all your information set up correctly, hit the merge button. It'll say that's working. And you'll add this extra super long column. Okay, now what you're looking for, you'll notice there's a lot more data here than what there was before. So you've got your dates over here. They should match up to the ones that are in your original column. Okay, you have an extra time set here that doesn't really do anything, and that's fine. It's not going to mess up your data. It's just extra. I'm not sure why it's in there, but it seems to work just fine. Okay, and then you have an extra set of dates. These came with your times. I know it's kind of weird, but it doesn't seem to mess with anything either. And then you have your actual times, which are over here, which are kind of funky, but they generally seem to be spread out correctly, so they work for making the chart. Now, if you were to actually use this chart and try to read the x-axis to figure out when the tides are going to come in, it wouldn't work for you. But for what we're trying to do, this works. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Move back over here. Okay, so before I make my chart, I'm going to go ahead and close my merge values tab because we've used it for what we needed to. Now, now we're going to quickly tell the computer what kind of data we're going to be looking at for the chart. So I'm going to click this date and time tab because that's the one I'm going to use to make my chart. And I'm going to go to format. The top selection there will bring a menu out that is different ways that you can format the data. I'm going to go to date and time because that's what I have here. So all I'm doing is telling the computer that this column that I want it to work with, that's dates and times. If I don't tell it that, then it has no idea what kind of information this is. It just sees it as a whole bunch of letters and numbers and spaces. And then it gets confused and won't make the chart. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the heights column here. Okay, it's usually not necessary, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and tell the computer that these numbers are numbers. So just in case. All right, now you can use the control and click way this time to select your columns. And now we're going to make our chart. So if you notice up here, I don't have a chart tab. So I'm going to click the dot 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 for more. That's because I have my screen shrunk. So you're looking for this little button that has the square with the little bars in it, and that's supposed to represent a bar chart. If you hover over it, it'll say insert chart. Click that one. And you will come up with a chart. And if you double click anywhere, if you accidentally get rid of the editor, double click and it'll pull up the editor. You can change things like style of chart, colors, all that kind of good stuff. So you can should be able to change the actual type of the chart. But so since my screen is small right now, it's kind of hard for me to use some of the options. Oh, here we go. Data will let you change the chart type. If instead of looking at a bar chart here, you want to say look at a line chart, there's a line chart that you can look at. My heights are over here off to the side, and then you actually can't even see my date and time data, which is fine. It won't hurt anything. So, and that's it. So there's your chart using